This is a fascinating story about a woman who accomplished exactly what we need in this time. Thelma Thompson is a New York City resident who lives at 100 Morningside Drive. During the war, her husband was stationed in an army training camp near the Mojave Desert, in New Mexico. She described her story as she relocated there to be closer to him. She disliked the location. She'd never been so unhappy in her life. Her husband was sent away on a large-scale military exercise in the Mojave Desert, leaving her alone in a small cabin. The heat was awful, with temperatures reaching 125 degrees in the shade of a cactus. There was no one else to talk to beside Mexicans and Indians, who can't speak English, and it was a lonely place. The wind was constantly blowing, and all of the food she ate, as well as the air she breathed, was covered in sand. She wrote to her parents because she was so miserable and sad for herself. She informed them that she was giving up and returning home. She stated that she couldn't take it any longer. She'd rather be locked up. Her father replied to her letter with just 2 sentences, 2 lines that will live in her mind forever, 2 lines that changed her life forever. From behind prison bars, 2 men gazed out, one saw mud, the other saw stars. She repeated those 2 lines several times. She felt humiliated by herself. She made up her mind to figure out what was excellent about my current situation. She'd be on the lookout for the stars. She befriended the locals, and their reaction astounded her. They offered her gifts of their favorite creations that they had refused to sell to visitors when she expressed interest in their weaving and ceramics. She researched the cactus, yuccas, and Joshua trees for their unique features. She learned about prairie dogs, observed desert sunsets, and searched for seashells that had been left on the desert bottom millions of years ago when the sands were an ocean floor. What caused her to undergo such a remarkable transformation? The Mojave Desert had remained the same. The Indians had remained the same. She had, however, she'd changed her mind about something. By doing so, she turned a dreadful situation into the most thrilling adventure of her life. This new universe she had encountered had aroused and enthralled her. She was so ecstatic that she wrote a novel about it, titled Bright Ramparts. She had became visible of her self-created cage and discovered the stars. She, Thelma Thompson, discovered a 500-year-old principle taught by the Greeks: the best things are the most difficult. Happiness is largely triumph, not mostly pleasure. Yes, the sense of accomplishment that comes from changing our poor luck into good fortune.